Hey, what's up, everybody? Last night we finally got a chance to see the pilot episode of Fear the Walking Dead, so I wanted to do just a quick rundown, quick review of what I thought about the episode. I started off with a lot of good action, much like The Walking Dead itself. We just were thrown in a situation where it was just kind of crazy right off the bat, which I really loved. I think the cool part of it is that we know things already that these characters don't in Fear the Walking Dead. So we're anticipating certain things to happen, and they don't disappoint at all. These characters are really likable right away. They're complete opposite of the ones from The Walking Dead. Not that The Walking Dead characters aren't likable at all, but they have a more fresh appeal to them just because this is their first go around. They don't know what's going on, as opposed to The Walking Dead characters where they feel like they've already been it kind of feels like their morals have been compromised in a sense, I guess you could say. They've been kind of fighting the walkers out there for a very long time. In this case, this is something that's kind of happening. They don't know what it is. It was really cool to see that fresh take on it. It's nice to see the family dynamic happening in the show too. That's something that we didn't get in The Walking Dead. Yeah, we had flashbacks here and there, but it wasn't anything, to this extent. We actually see a family together for the most part. It's kind of broken because there's two families coming together, but we see a family working through their issues, working through their problems, and then this happens. It's kind of cool to see that dynamic and see where they're going to go from here. How is the family going to deteriorate from there and break apart, or are they going to, come closer and be a more cohesive unit as a family? So that's interesting to see as well. That the whole aspect with Nick, the druggy son, was really cool, just because you have a person that sees something so gruesome and something so unbelievable that he's trying to explain it and express it to everybody, and obviously nobody believes him because he's a drug addict. And that whole exchange in the hospital, we have again somebody in the hospital, just like the first episode of The Walking Dead. But that whole hospital part, was really cool. It was a nice exchange, just because you have the stepdad, or I guess the boyfriend, the mom's boyfriend, trying to actually help him, and then he goes and sees all this stuff happening in this church, and it's pretty insane. It gets intense from there. You see these people, living this life and being thrown in this situation that is just getting started. A lot of people might say it was a little slow. Even I kind of thought it was a little slow at first. I think everybody was expecting this big action sequence and all this stuff. But the thing is, this is the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, of the walker apocalypse. They need to build towards something. They have 6 episodes to do it, and I think this is the perfect opportunity. This first season is a perfect opportunity to do that slow burn to the big momentous, thing in the 6th episode at the end. So I think they're doing a wonderful job. They're doing a fantastic job at telling the story. And I kind of figured it was going to be a slow-moving, story like this, slow-moving arc for the first 6 episodes. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people might have a problem with it, but I don't. I don't whatsoever. I think they're doing great. The storytelling is great. And there's a moment where all the kids are in class, seeing them talk about the outbreak and kind of going into this semi-hysteria. Everybody's getting sick and things like that. Great start. I think the paranoia of everybody will start to sit in. It looks like it's starting to sit in, especially with that one kid with the knife. Some people know more things than others, I feel like. And I can't wait to see, how this starts spinning out of control. One of my favorite things is that, in watching this pilot episode, this first episode, it feels like The Walking Dead in a sense, but at the same time, it's completely different. It's a different animal, so to speak. It feels more, the way I likened it was more cinematic like. It felt more like a movie than a TV show. The first episode of The Walking Dead, it felt like a TV show. This kind of has a more of a motion picture feel, almost like a World War Z in a way. All the actors in the first episode are completely awesome. I love each and every one of them. Their performances were cool, especially the son Nick, played by Frank Delane. I thought his performance was phenomenal. You seen him always on edge like that, like the way a drug addict would be. And his exchange actually with Calvin, I believe it is Calvin, where they meet up in the diner, was intense, and there was a little bit of emotion to it. Right when Calvin had told him, hey, come on, man, let's go. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got your back. I already knew something was up. They go down into the drainage, area in LA, and as soon as he got out of the car and headed to the back, I knew he was gonna try to kill him, try to get away with something. So seeing that whole moment, and then the scuffle between Nick and Calvin. As soon as Calvin got shot, I already knew where this was going. And then the revelation at the end, the surprising revelation where, the mom's boyfriend and the son, Nick, come across Calvin, heading into that little, port area. And then they see what he's become. That whole exchange was awesome. I love the suspense of it, them being so surprised at seeing what happened. And then when he launched him from the front of the truck out, and then they walk up to him and he's all twisted up and just bloodied. And then he still turns around and is still alive. Well, undead. That was a perfect note to end the episode on. So, great episode. I cannot wait till next week's episode. If you guys dug this at all, you want me to keep doing these episode recaps or reviews for each one, just give this video a thumbs up. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more weekly videos. And we will catch you next time.